You're listening to the Bathtub Refinishing Podcast. Powered by BathTubGuys Refinishing. We discuss the refinishing industry, interview owners and operators, and give tips to business owners and entrepreneurs. Now, here's your host, Daniel Montalvo.
All right, guys, welcome back to the podcast. Today's a cool day. What's today? Today's Wednesday, no?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Already midweek. But I am very excited to have Jimmy Cuffey here and my man Eliezer. And these gentlemen are going to be taking the reins over for Bathtub Guys in Atlanta.
Yep.
So if you guys can go ahead, introduce yourself a little bit, just let people know a little bit about you.
Yeah. First of all, I'm Jimmy, from the Atlanta area. Just looking at this, I've been in the construction industry for over 20 years. And it's always been a deal where you're trying to find good products and really just give good quality products so you can deal with people and have the things that you can have confidence in to serve a client. So when we came upon this and Eliezer, he introduced it to me, I knew it was a good product that I could really put my name on, that I could stand behind.
Mm-hmm. My name is Eliezer Ortiz. I moved into the Atlanta area in 2003, been servicing in the trade business work since 2006, originated as a carpet cleaner and got into resurfacing about 9 years ago and been refinishing ever since and love the trade and I love this product.
Yeah, man. So like one of the big things, and like I know this is new for you guys as far as doing the podcast thing. I don't want everyone out there for it to just feel like it's one big commercial, even though that's kind of what it is. We're talking Tubcast, we're talking the benefits of it, of course, that's part of this whole thing. But I want to genuinely walk through, like your guys' history with refinishing. I know that you've done some reglazing work in the past, right, Jimmy?
Yeah.
And just talk a little bit about what you liked about it, what you didn't like, and kind of what you've seen so far about Bathtub Guys Tubcast, what it's going to be like in the future going forward now that you've seen kind of what it's about.
Yeah, one thing I did the resurfacing, but I wasn't a big fan of it. I hated all the dust. I hated the equipment. The whole process wasn't, and I'm like, even going in people's homes, it just carrying all this stuff. And then once everything started, it's a lot of cleanup.
Yep.
Just things that made the job more difficult. Even, callbacks, runs, stuff, different things that made me really dislike it. And honestly, I know I probably did it for about a year? Because I was together
close to 2 years.
About 2 years.
Did you guys work together?
Yes.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
We've done in the past several different projects, not just resurfacing, but different stuff. Because, eventually we got into renovating units and et cetera. And so, like, for me, I got into it with Ruben Perez. I don't know if I'm sure he's probably been on this.
Oh, yeah. Ruben's been on the podcast a handful of times, man.
So I got into the game with him, and I, a little bit before that with my brother-in-law was teaching me stuff. He was the one I learned how to use the Napco and the Hawk Lab products with.
Okay.
And so, from my experience with it, obviously, I know we talked about the bad stuff, but the beautiful thing is there's great money in resurfacing and refinishing work. So that's why we do it,
100%.
So I could say that's the main reason why we did it. And it switched over. But, also it's, it's not, when you get to go in there and you see the work is great. When you can make something look beautiful out there, looking so crazy, that's the beauty of it, And so those are the perks, Then you giving customer peace of mind because you're a professional coming in, doing it the right way. So that stuff. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and one of the things I wanted to ask you guys, and it's because you have a lot of experience with, like some of the other coatings and stuff like that. You guys have done plenty. Most of the time we've used Midwest Chemical here and Top Coat products. And look, we had a refinishing company for 30 years that sprayed. We switched. You guys have seen some of that, gotten some hands-on with the product. one of the biggest criticisms that I guess we get from refinishers, it's not even clients, is about what they say is like orange peel texture, these kinds of things. Being that you guys have professionally refinished tubs before, have seen plenty of professional reglazing jobs before. I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, we were having this conversation earlier. It's like, it looks similar to a spray job.
Yeah.
And when you have someone who's really good at applying it, like you guys got trained by Santiago, sometimes it's indistinguishable.
Yes. Yeah.
So if you guys could talk a little bit on that, speak on that. And also, I would say, as far as like the fumes and that sort of thing, I know that's part of the things about the reglazing work that you kind of just didn't jive with long term. Maybe talk a little bit about that as well, Jimmy. I'd like to hear from you.
I tell you, like I said, my background is construction, so I'm not going to tell you my age, but I've been around, and it takes me back to when I was actually doing like exterior paint jobs.
Okay.
And you had these older guys that, hey man, brushing, that's the way to go. That's the best job, is the best quality. And then you had these younger guys coming up that were spraying. Mm-hmm. And it was kind of like a knock to their job, like, oh, it's not quality. But what I came to realize is like, it's the product. Mm-hmm. I call out a name, I don't know if we're gonna get paid for this, might not, but Sherwin-Williams came out with this super paint. Mm-hmm. Excellent paint. So it didn't matter. It was like, it wasn't about whether you spray, whether you brush it on, it was good quality paint. Mm-hmm. And so what I've been experiencing when we've been going through this, what we have here, this glazing that we're putting over these tubs, it's an excellent quality. Mm-hmm. And, and now application, I've seen it look like glass almost, just smooth. Yep. And it's like I wouldn't see where a person, like you said, it might be a little personal, but I wouldn't see where a client would have any problems with it.
Well, you've been here for it's going on 2 weeks now, and you guys have gone to jobs, and you guys have seen the technicians do the jobs, us get paid on the jobs, clients be happy with the jobs, and it's like, what I try to tell refinishers, especially out there, is that that's kind of what it takes. It's like, you got to see it in action. If not, you're not gonna actually believe it. Seeing is believing to an extent. You know what I mean? No. And if you're not gonna come over here and get trained on it, then you can have your opinions, but a lot of it is just wrong. And I'm glad you brought that up about the Sherwin-Williams, like the super paint stuff that came out, because the fact of the matter is, as far as I'm concerned anyway, I think that a lot of people have trouble with change, number one, but they have trouble coming to grasp that technology caught up to a certain point to where certain skills that you learned are starting to become obsolete. Mm-hmm. And it's not 100% there, but I'm going to tell you something. It's damn good enough for Bathtub Guys to be on track to make over $2 million in sales this year, doubling what we outputted last year. Customers are happy. We're getting less callbacks than ever. And at the end of the day, like, maybe it's not quite to the level of the craftsman who's going to take every step of the book and, kiss the tub goodnight and give it a little freaking cup of hot cocoa. But like, at the end of the day, it's getting the job done. Word. And I think it's foolish to assume that technology isn't eventually going to advance in the coding world to the point where this stuff is super easy to put on. And a lot of people misconstrue what that actually looks like and what that means. Their first instinct is to get scared that if anybody can do it, well, then anybody will do it. And I mean, like, anyone could theoretically hang drywall. Anyone can paint the interior of a house. I think the actual opposite happens, is that as these things become more accessible, there's more people in the industry. More people in the industry means there's more people who know about the industry and more customers. Mm-hmm. I always point it out, but epoxy countertops is like a relatively new thing. Yeah. And it is exploding year after year. Mm-hmm. But why? It's not hard. People are finding out about it. People are taking classes about it. And whether or not they're successful in business, it's awareness. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And so it's going to keep on compounding. And I think and I think growing. But I'm really excited, to have you guys here, but also talk about so far the Refinishers Academy. I know first week we did more like business stuff, talking about like what owning and running a Bathtub Guys location is all about. We've had some customer interactions on the phone, so you guys can see like what the real world is, and like just kind of me showing you guys like, look, like we do this every day. We have systems and processes, and then you guys are seeing those in action, and how pretty much we have thought of everything so that we can give you guys a clear roadmap to be successful in your business. Maybe if you guys could speak a little bit on that, about, what it means starting something new, but without having to go through all the trials and tribulations that a lot of people go through when they're starting something from scratch.
Yeah. I know we can speak together on this. It's like when you think about a product, like some people can have a product and they just want to push the product.
Yep.
Not understanding like, hey, there's a system. I'll go back what you were saying, like how people, like anybody can do it. No, anybody just can't do it. It's a system, and to care and to understand what it takes for this application. And that's one of the things that I've noticed, that you took the time out to make those steps to where you can actually get the product and learn how to apply the product. And we're going to do business, and what I appreciate, it might be off, but we're not hustling. Right. This is not a hustle. This is a business. It's looking to grow, and like you were saying, the sales that you've increased, it's something very attractive, and just to have the whole program and that's not what you normally get in this business when you got people that refinish or spray it. So
it's true. I mean, the foundation has been laid down already. So you kind of did the 3 little pigs and went from sticks to wood, and now we have bricks. You know what I'm saying? So we come in with the brick and mortar already there. So that's beautiful. So for us, it's just copy and paste, plug and play, and now we do our part. Now we create the culture.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
I like that you guys said that, because a lot of people ask me like for training, and I feel like most trainings fall flat when people are just teaching you the application. It's like, what about getting the work? What about and look, no shade to anybody out there who does this in particular, but I will say, I don't think you're actually training people if you're not showing them how to actually get the work, how to recreate you in another place. I see these epoxy schools that are charging people $2,500 for 2 days on hands-on. And what a lot of them do, and it's sad, and look, a lot of refinishers who train this way too. I'm not going to name any names, but one of them is a big coating manufacturer that does trainings. What they do is they'll have you come in over a weekend, spray a tub in a class with 5 or 6 other yahoos, and they use it as an opportunity to then try to upsell you on, hey, well, we can have a one-on-one. We can, or, we could have a week training and it's this much more. And what I'm trying to do here is I'm trying to build partnerships, and I want people to take our brand when they're signing up for this license deal, and you have our systems and processes outlined so you can have success from day one, but not necessarily like, you don't have to be on your own. Right. But you also like are getting thorough training on the 2 most important things. I told you guys, like, I come at everything from a business angle. I did very little tech work. I know it because I had to learn it. My brother was the technician, right? But for me, what this has done is forced me to really look at everything as a complete package. I'd be doing you a disservice if I said, yes, I'm going to let you use my branding and my company name and all this, but I just teach you how to roll the stuff on. Because then you're left in the dark. I mean, you guys had legitimate questions about invoicing, scheduling, paying guys. How do we go about commercial sales, and who do we talk to when we get to these places? And again, I'm not doing you any favors if I don't outline that. Thankfully, because I did think about this thoroughly before having you guys come here. I had a booklet ready with a lot of that information written for you. So it's something you guys can take home and reference. Just things like that I feel like, and I mean, you guys seem very happy with the program so far. We're wrapping up, but having that complete package versus kind of leaving you in the dark, I feel like it's going to be a big difference maker, and so far it probably has.
And I was, with that, it most definitely can give the confidence that you need, especially to know that and I feel like we're gonna be part of a family, and then having each other back.
Yep.
And that's one thing. I hate corporate, but we need structure.
You need structure.
You need structure, and this is something that you have provided. And that I feel like once I get back that line, it's like it feel real comfortable. It's like the path is already there. It's like now we just have to walk it. And like I said, you don't find a whole lot of programs like that. Like I said, it will leave you in the dark, leave you want to try to upsell people.
Try to upsell you to get the information that you came for.
Or even just to purchase that product. And that's it.
It's sad, but that's the reality. Is a lot of the times they're trying to just work you into the next phase of the program so that you keep on buying. And then eventually it's not 5,000, it's 10,000 because you started here to end there. And I really just want to give you guys something comprehensive, but the reason for it, and for the listeners, look, this podcast goes to people who are refinishing business owners or business owners in general who might be looking maybe to invest in a business or whatever. What I'm trying to do is give you guys something that's very comprehensive so that I can have partners that I don't have to worry about. Because you guys are going to be licensing the BathTubGuys name. For those of you who don't know, the way we do this, the way that you get access to Tubcast in your area is to become a BathTubGuys location, in that you're going to license the name, use it, because, and I'm glad that you guys understood and saw the value in this, because I've gotten some blowback about it. The brand having the product hand in hand is something that is super valuable and means a lot. Because what does it mean in your market when you can confidently say, I am the only one who does it this way?
For real.
It just opens doors. And so I'm not going to find anybody else in Atlanta. I'm not going to find anybody else in that area. They would have to come to you.
Nice.
And that is a benefit. Now, obviously, when you're bidding against people in the market, you're going to stand out. And you're giving them a lot more to think about, not just because you guys are having a product that's no smell, that's way more durable, and easy to scale. But the other part is now you're part of a team.
That's
the whole point.
Yeah. And so what do you think it means to be part of the team? What do you think it's going to do for you? Because a lot of people are wondering, well, BathTubGuys, company, I know Daniel, but what does it mean? I mean, obviously we have the locations and stuff like that. So what do you think that's going to do for you in a commercial setting?
I know for me, I want you to speak on too, but when we always hear that say it's power in numbers, and when we can go and have something like you say, that we came here, we did this training, we can represent your brand, which is now our brand. Yep. And with confidence. We're not just this one-stop shop or this one shop. We're everywhere. And if it came down to it, that helps people to have more confidence too, because now we really have to back this product. Yep. Because it's not just in one spot. Yep. It's everywhere.
It's a chain of accountability. You know what I mean?
And I guess for me, I go to a different illustration, like a player. If you are in the game, just like everybody that's well playing, we all want to play for the best team eventually. Would love to anyways, right? Or go to the best coach, someone that could really bring the best out of us. Us being high character guys, which I could speak for us, you know what I'm saying? Because I know us. But what I'm saying is that us being high character guys, us having the kind of brand value that comes with your company, it was a no-brainer for us. Because for us, we don't see, oh man, we gonna be making this man rich and not us rich. Nah, we see value in the product enough so that we can be a part of whatever comes with that product. You understand me? So that was what was important to us. Like, okay, the product is the most important thing. Obviously, at the end of the day, we are the product. When we come to you, we gotta sell us to you first before we even sell this paint. You gotta believe in us. But either still, the product was amazing, and us being who we is, we want to play for the best team that we could, because we know we great athletes. That's how we look at it.
Yeah, and look, that's the right way to look at it. I think a lot of people, they get afraid, and again, it's fear. They get afraid of the unknown, or I'm working for him, or I'm doing. But look, we're all part of this now. It's not. It's no longer. This is not Daniel. It doesn't begin in it. Look, if I die tomorrow, the company keeps going. Why? Because there's people here. Yeah. And if you want something to outlive you, like a thing that you start a company, you need to grow it. And so I want one day when I walk away from everything, to you guys have something to pass on to your kids, and just like actually build something worth building. And we're always going to be stronger as a team. Yeah. A lot of people, they're afraid to be in a partnership, or because they think that it's going to be this like, well, now I have a boss and all this, and it's not really that. We have standards. The standards, yes, I set the standards. We set the standards now as a team because you guys joined in. So there's things that we need to implement or change. We will. The fact is, we hold ourselves to a high standard so that we can replicate the success that we've had here over in Atlanta and beyond. And it's just power in the partnership. For me, it really is about finding good partners, and not just having any Joe Schmo with my logo on their chest. I want people who are serious, who are committed, who came like you guys, who came here, showed up, got through the training, for the administrative business side, are out on the field. And after a day of observing, you're like, let me get some hands on with it. Let me do it. And you guys did it. Customer paid it. They love the job. But my thing is the willingness to learn, the willingness to be part of a team. I really admire that about you guys. And that's why I feel like this is going to be a good partnership.
Yeah, I do too. And I just want to add, it's like, even because I did get out of construction when I was doing it. So I was working with corporate and got laid off. Yep. And then it's like, that's when you come face it, like, what's next? Like, what are you going to do next? And then it's like, for me to try to start out and start a new brand, and things are just different with the technology. Things, it's like you got to keep up the pace, and you need speed with this stuff, and it costs. Yep. That type of stuff costs. Like, even website, come with your own app, and the way people are now, people just want to touch stuff. Yep. Yeah. And it's like, you can't form all this stuff within a year. Like, it's like, I need money now. I got laid off, but I need money now. So what can I do to actually get my foot out here? And that's where you really came in. It's like, you can't find an opportunity with somebody willing to put their name on the line. I understand people talk about bosses, but it's like when you got somebody willing to put their name, product on the line, so you can have a measure of success. And that's what this is making. Like, You made the road. It's like, so now we just you made this, so you have to walk it. Yeah,
and that was the goal from the beginning. When I started thinking about expanding the company, just so you guys know, I wanted exactly what you guys want, because I put myself in a guy like you guys' position. I want to buy into something. I see the vision. What do I need? Well, I need to know how to do business. I need to know how to do the job. So the first step was for me expanding somewhere close. So I opened Tampa, started doing that. We were able to recreate it to a degree over there. And then I started talking to my family about what I was doing. My cousins, they were involved a little bit. My cousin Julian, especially though, when we started using the new product, the roll-on and all that. And he was like, dude, I think Jacksonville's a good market. Let's put something together to do it over there. So we started expanding out there. Then later, in Texas, just to prove that these systems work in more than one place for more than one demographic. Because a lot of the criticism I also get too And we'll check back in after you guys started up and, let everyone know how it's going. But it's that these systems only work because you're in Orlando and you have all these hotels. Well, then what about Jacksonville? Then what about Tampa? Then what about Texas? What about Massachusetts? Again, it's like these systems are now proven. So when you guys come here and you guys are like, yeah, let's start it in Atlanta, I have the utmost confidence it's going to work. I know it's going to work because it's already working in all these other places. And like you said, I've already been through the L's to get to the W's, bro. Like I've been through all the turmoil in business to now I know what I'm doing. And I had to prove it. I can't trust strangers to do it for me. So I started myself. And so now you guys are going to be location number 7 on this thing. And we have an 8th one looming in South Carolina. And so like, you guys are coming in early. Yeah. You guys are coming in for one of the most fruitful markets. Atlanta is going to be a big deal.
Yep.
There's so much population there. The implication for residential and commercial is gigantic. The most apartments in the country per capita. It's going to be a big deal. This system is tailor-made for those markets.
Exactly.
And you guys have seen it because you've been here. Yeah. Customers are here paying $850 for a tub because they want it buffed. Yeah. They also want no smell. We're giving them things that other people can't. And you guys are going to be able to do that in Atlanta. So if you guys could speak to a little bit of what that means for you guys to bring something like this to your market, to your home, and serving those customers.
Okay. I know we kind of spoke on this earlier, like just not knocking, spraying, anything like that, but just being able to have something that you could easily transfer from one spot to the next. Yep. That stuff makes a difference, versus a lot of stuff. I know with that Atlanta market, like I said, when we resurfaced, it's like it was a lot. We did have a lot of commercial work. We had homes and things that we were doing, but when you can come in and offer like, hey, no smell.
No smell.
Like just it's not a gimmick. Mm-hmm. It's not a gimmick. We're not trying to fool you or nothing. Like we can open it, no smell. And a lot of people value that because it's like you would do an apartment, do a home, people can't stand to be in there. And it's like you're more worried about the chemicals than anything else. And your own safety too. Of course. Your own safety, because that stuff you're smelling, you're getting in your skin, or you're taking those fumes in. So it's just so now you got something that's safer. Yep. So that helps me to have more, I got more faith in what I'm doing now. Yep. I will, I can speak on it, and really, I guess my point, like, I got something that I can take a little pride in. And when I go to somebody, I have more confidence in what we're doing, because it is something that's safe and it can protect people too.
And it's durable too.
Yeah. Without doubt, I forgot to mention that.
Especially because the way we're applying it, that's what makes it durable. Yep. And so, one thing that I learned from just my time in the industry and even just doing sales, when you go into people and you meet them in the beginning and you're coming with the trade resurfacing or refinishing, immediately the first thing in their mind is the smells and all that. Everything's negative. Yep. About it. Everything's negative.
Or, hey, my landlord did that and it peeled. Yeah. And they used the spray guy, and that spray guy had 20 years experience. But a lot of the time, we were talking about this earlier, a lot of the times it doesn't matter because, like, there's flaws in the systems. Most refinishing guys, and the thing that's funny, I'll let you keep going, one of the things that I think is funny is that everyone swears that, like, no, like, this stuff works. It could work to a degree. But what refinisher do you know that uses every product from one company? Yeah. They get their etch from there. They get their adhesion promoter from over there. They get their top coat from over there. Some of them get the primer and the top coat from different people.
That's true.
And it's like, why? Because it doesn't always work. So you have to piece together a system so that you can make it work for you.
Yes, so
you know what I mean?
Yeah, that's true. And that's the reason why also when you confronting this negativity, it's because of the smell and stuff. And then in my head, as a person doing it too, that's the thing. That's always a hang up for us. Like that does smell and the dust and everything. But we're eliminating all of that. So immediately I got excited. So and me knowing my customers, that I already have a relationship with, they're gonna go crazy with this product. So the excitement is very real. And then, you know, I already know that once this thing hits, people are gonna start talking. Atlanta about to be big.
Yeah, no, it's gonna be it's gonna be big. I think just leveraging some of the property managers and stuff that I have here, we have in other places, but just the tools that we gave you guys, you know, in the booklet, ongoing support with me. You guys have my number. We're gonna build this thing big, and I think that you guys are the guys to do it. You guys are literally the type of guy that I really want, and unfortunately, I mean, you guys saw the light, and so kudos to you. I'm very excited to have guys like you here because I want to help refinishers. I want guys who had a bad experience in the industry to be like, look, you remember how it was good money, but it took a toll on your health and it sucked because you always have to go back and fix peels. It's like, look, we solved that stuff. I mean, you were in there yesterday and you're like, I like this. This is chill. I'm rolling it on. I can breathe. I'm not running material and product up and down the stairs and bringing up heavy machines. It's like,
it's relaxing to a degree too. Once you start painting and stuff, you chilling, man.
It's just different. But like, when I set out to do this, my goal was I'm gonna get some refinishing companies who are starting out, trying to get them to be like, look, and I know you have this dream of ABC resurfacing, but if you hopped on here, you'd have instant credibility. You'd still own your business. And on top of that, you have all this benefits with this amazing product.
And support.
Yeah, and a lot of people were interested, but then they felt threatened because, oh, I'm under your company, or I want to do it under my company. And when I tried it, they'd keep going back to the spray out of convenience because a lot of the times it's just the only thing that they know. And so, but with this, and also there is a little bit of a difference in how it looks, but it's not that crazy. And homeowners and hotels don't care. Even the most high-end places. We're getting paid on jobs every day. Again, you guys are here. You guys are seeing it. So what I'm getting at with that is a lot of the times they have preconceived notions of what's an acceptable job and what isn't. But as you guys can see, like, the product looks good. It feels good. It's super strong. And again, it has all those other benefits. So I'm just really excited for you guys.
Us too.
Like, for you guys to be able to take this into a market like Atlanta. And I think, like, you guys are going to fucking have it. And I mean, I showed you guys earlier, if you have a super, super picky client that wants a sheet of glass, you buff it. But they better be diamond. They better be paying the extra. You know what I mean? That's the reality. These are bathtubs. They're not Lamborghinis. And what were we talking about earlier? It's gonna have a shower curtain over it by lunch the next day. So like, for all the people who like kind of bitch and moan about it not looking like a fucking factory like Lamborghini, it's like, it's a bathtub, and people are gonna bathe in it. But even with all that, it still looks good.
And durable.
And durable. And odorless. It's like all the benefits.
All the benefits.
You know, what I always try to tell people is, like, instead of finding every excuse not to do something, look at the benefits and what it can do for you and try. And that's what we did, man. You know, like, we have along the way made this work, and we've gotten better at it. And when you guys see like a guy like Santiago or even Ralph and see what they're doing, and then yesterday you guys get hands on, and it looks like you guys have been doing this for years. You know, it came out good. So that makes me happy. And it makes me confident that you guys are going to be able to grow this thing. So
shoot, man. Just thinking about it, what you said earlier about how Atlanta has the most apartments per capita. That means they got the most messed up tubs in the country. Which means we come in with the solution. Just doing occupiers alone is gonna get us in the door everywhere.
Imagine going to, you know, the high end places. Well, they usually don't touch occupieds because they don't want to disturb people. Imagine going to those people and be like, I'm the only one that can do occupieds because this stuff literally has no smell.
With your resident still there.
With your resident still there. And now we're
separating ourselves.
You're separating yourself. Who are they gonna call? They can't call Joe Blow down the street who is gonna stink the apartment up, bro.
Oh man, I'm excited. Bro.
That's gonna be such a game changer, and it's something that we have here. Our hotels, the ones that we do preventive maintenance for, used to call us 2 or 3 times a month. Now it's 12 to 15, because now we're not disturbing the operating hotel. Right. And it's the same thing with the tenant occupieds, man. You guys are gonna see a big jump with that. But so, what's the thing that you guys are most excited about with this? The partnership. You guys could speak on, the partnership and the fact that there's other people involved in this, so you're not kind of alone with it. But also, the business stuff. Like what is it that's got you guys the most excited right now?
I know for me, it's the growth potential.
Yep.
Yeah.
And just being like, and the reason why we all do it is to make money, of course.
Duh.
But, right? So, but then, like I said, now we can have a confidence in what we're doing to support these people.
Yep.
Whether it's the client, because me, honestly, I am a people person. I mean, if you're a good person, you're good. As a person, you can be good in business, you can be good in any dealings you deal with. So I prefer relationships first. So now we have something that won't dampen the relationship. I got a good product that we can back. So I'm excited about the growth, excited about the potential of helping other people. Not just, also in the industry, because this is something I'm going to feel very comfortable training somebody to do. And then I can have the utmost confidence because of the product that they're going to go off and do a good job. And I can trust that they're going to do a good job. So I look at it for the growth, the money-making opportunity, and then just something that, like you were saying, that can, a solution.
Hey, man, don't ever feel weird about saying
the money.
The money. Because look,
that's what it is.
We all are in business to make money. And anybody who denies it is full of shit. Like, if you love reglazing and the art of reglazing more than making money, then why don't you do it for free?
Yeah.
You don't. You don't do it for free. So look, you could love what you do, but you want to get paid for it.
Word.
Now, on my point of view, I want to build a company that is big, stable. We have partners involved. Everyone kind of has a role and, has an opportunity to grow their thing. And I want to do it so that we all make more money and win together. Yeah. But we can't kid ourselves and be like, money's not a motivator. Those people, look, 95% of those people don't have the balls to grow anything. And so they hide behind I'm a quality craftsman. It's like, okay, so if a hotel called you tomorrow for 1,000 tubs and give you 50% up front, you'd say no? And that's all bullshit. But at the same time, that doesn't mean we don't care about what we do. Yeah. We care about what we do. I mean, look, I had a guy, no warranty guy, calling. Yeah, we had our little run-in on the phone. You heard that. Yeah. But look, at the end of the day, he paid for a job with no warranty. I stood my ground, but I made it right because I care about my customers. I care about their experience. All of our locations have 5 stars. We're a highly rated company. If we didn't, and we were just out there for the money and we were some snake oil salesmen, it would reflect. Yeah. But that's not the case. Right. So, but yeah, man, don't ever feel weird about that. The money, sure. Look, you're safe here, bro. Because it's a motivator. But for you, brother.
Man, let me tell you, like, for me, it is definitely the money and stuff. I ain't going to front about that because, what I love the most about what we about to do is the type of work-life balance it's going to give us, especially that's important to us. So this business will allow that. And the great thing about it is that we're able to teach the people who we hire underneath us how to have that work-life balance. Because a lot of time when you do trade work, is this stigma behind it, like, oh, they always working, but they don't have family life and all this. Nah. We have, with this product right here and with what you already have started, we can really create something very special where we can have a culture of tradesmen that are great family men too. You know what I'm saying?
And that are healthy
doing it. They can live longer to spend their money. That's important, man. And so for us, that's what I love the most about it. We about to have a nice work-life balance.
When you guys go to those guys that that have reglazed before and have experience and are able to say, hey man, you want to hang up the gun and fucking get away from the fumes? And that guy breathes easier and he's able to be around longer for his kids and his family. That makes a big difference. Like my technician Santiago will be the first one to tell you that he has young kids and his girls. And look, bro, he wants to be around for them. And when we started doing this, he was like, dude, I don't feel like shit at the end of the day when I go home. I could play with my kid and I'm not catching my breath. And he's not out of shape. No. You know, it's the fumes. Yeah. My brother's always been in shape. Did this for 9 years. You know, he definitely had hypertension from the fumes. At the end of the day, when you spray and you're home and you're laying down, you feel that pressure on your chest. You get those freaking paint boogers and all that. And sucks. A lot of it is, you know, the coatings and stuff. And a lot of people will argue, well, they didn't have proper PPE and all this. Look, you can say that, but at the end of the day, this industry is very, very unregulated. So guys will cut corners if they can. Yeah. How many refinishers you see online where they have the pre-filter for the 3M mask and they don't even have the actual filter and the retainer? Why do you think they do that? Because the pre-filter is cheaper. Yeah, that's so. And they're inhaling poison, but they don't care because they say $5. But that's the real world we live in. If you give people the option to shortcut their way and sacrifice their health because they don't feel it today, they will. But on the other hand, if you give people an alternative that is still going to pay their bills and give them some money to spend and enjoy their life, bro, a lot of people will take the alternative. And that's what we're trying to do here, man. Nice. We're like you said, the same goal, man. I want to build a culture of people who are doing the work better, faster, stronger, and safer. And that's what I'm setting out to do. I feel like we do. That's what we're doing.
Heck yeah.
So, is there any questions that you guys have about, you know, the stuff going forward, what it's going to look like, or anything like that maybe you guys think would be interested to chat about? I know we've been through it like thoroughly. You guys have seen some customer interactions. You guys have seen some job sites. We went very thoroughly through the business stuff and what the expectation is there. But if there's nothing, you know, any more questions or anything like that, I think that it was cool to do this. I think it's going to be cool to check back in a couple months and let everyone know where you guys are at. Come back. Yeah, man. I think that's going to be good, man. But I really appreciate you guys doing this. That's another thing too. It's like the willingness to jump on camera. It's a little weird, but you're going to get used to it. But at the end of the day, now this is your business. Right. And so you need to be comfortable later. You got to get uncomfortable today. Yeah. I want you guys to be successful. Much luck to you guys, but you guys have the map to make it happen. So let everybody know, you know, final words, man. You know, wrap it up a little bit and we'll get out of here.
Just want everyone to know we here now, baby, and we coming, Atlanta. We coming strong. Yeah. That's all I know.
Like I said, we just here got the back, appreciating everything, things that we've been learning. It's like I said, and just hoping the best for all our future. And so, like I said, as we grow, and I'm like, once again, I go back, this is something that will grow. So looking forward to it.
All right, guys. Well, I appreciate you guys coming through. Thank you guys who are listening to the podcast for tuning in. And we'll keep you guys updated on BathTubGuys Atlanta, but it's ready to go right before the new year, man. So you guys are going to hit 2026 with the ground running, and I am looking forward to being in partnership with you guys.
Me too.
All right, man. We'll leave it there. Thank you guys for listening. See you guys later. Bye-bye.
You've been listening to the Bathtub Refinishing Podcast. If you liked what you heard, be sure to keep up with the Bathtub Guys on YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram, or visit BathTubGuys.com for more. Thanks for listening, and we'll see you next time.